Welcome back. It is 1487, and in the last one, we had Mortimer basically lose the Larkin estate because the Fletchers had taken it and squandered all the money, but he was able to find out the truth about them and have them sent back to France. So I'm sure that that's going to look really good on his record, along with the war that is happening this year. So lots of things are happening this year. I have contingency plans. However, I'm hoping I don't need them. So let's start first. The only birthday is Mortimer, but if I look at my tracker here, Diana's birthday is also this year. So we're going to have to roll for both of them. So we'll roll for Mortimer and Diana. So what I'm thinking is Mortimer has to go to war. So Mortimer and Diana, and then hopefully both of them survive. I'm going to have them get married just here on the first day, and we're going to play the rest of the year with Diana, and we're going to get her pregnant before Mortimer leaves too, just in case he dies at war. So we're gonna do our best to make sure we at least get an heir out of this. So let's roll and stress me out for Mortimer Larkin. No, 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. Oh my gosh, no! Okay, we're gonna have to, we'll plead for him. Oh my gosh. Why is my life like this? Let's roll for Diana. Is she gonna survive? Okay, well, Diana survives. Oh my gosh. You guys. I can't even play this game anymore, I swear. I just, like, can't even. Okay, wow. Okay. Okay. What we're going to do is we are going to plead for him. Okay, so I'll have them get married. I'll have her get pregnant. We'll kill him so she can plead for him, and then we'll send him off to war if he survives. Oh my gosh, this family. Okay, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Let's roll for who else is going to war. We have a D10 for the last major engagement of the War of the Roses took place at the Battle of Stoke Field near the town of Newark in Nottinghamshire. Although the Yorkist King Richard had been killed in the battle before, the King Henry VII, his grip remained somewhat tenuous. So with all the Yorkist commanders killed in battle, the future of the Tudor dynasty was all but secure. So this is like the last major battle here where Henry becomes king. So, you guys, I seriously can't even with this game. Okay. Everyone else is going to war. They can't get a 5 or an 8 on a D10. So let's just pull up the game here. You know what? Let's just pull this up. We'll just look through here. Okay, so no one there. Okay, so Iggy Pancakes can't get a 5 or an 8. He's fine. Don Lothario. The two Randolphs. 1, 2. Wow, like no one's going to war except for us, I guess. John Carlisle. Who are you again? Who is this again? Oh. What? Okay. The game had like automatically made a townie to marry Amelia to, and that was him. Anyway, so Eric, who is now a father again. Okay, so Eric is going. Okay, Eric, you're going to war. It's about time someone was going to war. Okay. So the Duke is going to war with us. Then we have Malcolm, Malcolm. Then we have these two guys from the DeMarle household. We have Milos. Was Milos always with Zoe? When did that happen? Anyway, From the Graves family. From the Reader family. Oh, because Kenrick married, wow, no one is going to war. Okay, Pedro. Mortimer and Alexander. No one's going. Okay, well, we're going. We are going to war. And I guess we're getting rid of everything, so. We lost our house. All right, we have the Earl. And then we have the vampires aren't doing anything. Okay. And of course, the game is generating a million sims into my world. Oh, wait. I didn't want to move Mortimer just yet. Because we need him to go to be with Diana. Okay, so he lost his house, but he does have an estate somewhere that has like a little thing on it. So we're gonna go over to her house in the meantime. So his plan is to move them to her. His plan is to move them to his estate. To the Mortimer Larkin estate, which was a different estate than just the regular Larkin estate, which had like this grandiose, castle on it and everything. Like his is much less than that, but it's still something, and he still makes a lot of money off of his estate. So like, it's not like Diana is going to be destitute or anything. So, they're all okay. I seriously cannot believe that he just rolled an 11. Okay. You know what? Maybe we could do a thing where we can try and bring him back to life. Like Diana can try and bring him back to life. We'll see. Okay. We have to add Diana to... When's your birthday? Oh, her birthday's right now. Okay, her birthday is first. So, Diana... All right. Okay. All right, here we are, everybody. I don't even know, like, yeah, this house is missing some wallpaper and stuff. I'll fix that. Okay, so Diana is now here. Mortimer. We'll see if we can save him. We're going to save him. We're going to do it. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be cool. Everything is awesome. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's go for it. So, I'm going to fix that house really quick, and then we will actually hop into the actual gameplay. Alrighty, so here we are in the game. It is also New Year's Eve, but that's, not really a thing. It is also like Diana's birthday right now, so we are going to have a birthday party for both her and Mortimer, and actually Grace, who is supposed to age up tomorrow anyway, and I was like, well, I might as well just age them all up, and we'll take them to create a sim and do all that. So we do have a few teenagers in, like, the townies aging up in this part. So we have Grace, and then we also have Robert and Alice Dakra, who are the children of the Earl. And I also forgot the flooring, of course I did. But anyway, so there's that. And it's kind of weird that we're going to have most of this part without Mortimer, but we are going to start off with the birthday party, and we are going to just invite over everyone who is really no one, because they don't really know anybody, or at least Pedro here doesn't know anybody. So there is that, and we are going to just have them continue on. We're having Mortimer and Diana spending some time together. Really love that for them. I'm so worried. I'm really hoping that maybe she can get pregnant with a boy, or like the baby will survive in the first place. So that's kind of scary. It's like there's so many ifs here. If we can plead for Mortimer, if he survives the war, if her baby survives, if she survives the childbirth, like there's just so much. Then if the baby survives to infancy, toddlerhood, etc., 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 and it's just like very precarious, our situation at all times dealing with this. So anyway, Mortimer has aged up, and he actually rolled to be a loner, and I really thought about that for a second, because I was like, should he be a loner? Is that going to be a problem? And then I thought to myself, you know what, he lost all of his family, and so it makes sense that he would kind of keep his group a little tighter knit after losing literally everyone. He lost his uncle, he lost his cousins, he lost his father and his siblings, and So I think that just, maybe keeping his circle a little tighter is going to be a consequence of that. So here he is as a young adult, and we are going to give him, a little bit of a change here. I don't usually change for Sims that aren't in our household, but obviously for our household, we're going to keep his hair still mid-length, but we're going to give him some facial hair, still youthful looking and good, but wanted him to be able to kind of be more mature looking. And then we have Diana, who's aged up, and unfortunately this dress does not come in yellow, so that is a little bit of a bummer. So we're just going to try and find her something else to wear, and I think we're just going to go with this dress. So she looks beautiful. We're going to keep the hat on her, so she still looks good there. Of course, keep in mind that in 13 years we might be giving everyone makeovers anyway, because we'll be entering into a new time period, and I think that'll be a lot of fun too. I'm thinking that maybe I'll do an extra video for that, where we do a little bit of setup, maybe some makeover, some downloading of stuff together, so that we can really make sure that everything looks good and learn about the new thing together. So I'm excited for that, and we are going to just continue on with her makeover. We'll give Grace a makeover. I really do like that. And luckily this dress did come in yellow, and we're just going to change all of her jewelry. She is just so beautiful, and I'm really excited to be playing with her. We are going to move to Mortimer's estate in the next part. So again, just this part is the part where we are staying here and dealing with all of that. So poor Diana is getting married, and her husband immediately goes off to war while she's pregnant. So that is tough, but we are just going to continue on and see what we can get here for her outfits. I think I'll just put her in a little something different for her winter wear, because the outfit she was wearing doesn't really come in yellow, so we'll just go with this. This is fine. So anyway, let's just change that again. I know I spent so much time on her makeover, and I spent so much time on her makeover as a teen too. I couldn't help myself. She's just so pretty, and I just really want her to be there. So we'll see. Anyway, we are going to give Grace a really quick makeover, just moving on here. And I was thinking about where to move to next, because we have pretty used up Windenburg. And I mean, I get Windenburg is a good place to be, but I want to leave the old households where they are, except I do think we will still continue to see more of I feel like we didn't really use the Dakra family as much as I wanted to, but luckily since he's an Earl, I think that that's good, because we are going to be thinking more about nobility and royalty and all of that stuff coming up. So I think that that'll be good, because I do plan on including some more of that type of deal as we try to move Mortimer up in the social classes. So anyway, all that to say, I'm just checking on everyone here. Again, I have a little algorithm where I just can make sure that I know what the townies are doing, so I can give them makeovers and stuff. It's just helpful to me. And we are going to just continue to have the birthday party, and we'll close that up. Then we'll have the wedding. So just a lot of stuff is going on, but that's okay. We're just going to add them in here too. There's Robert and Alice. And yeah, so here we are. And let's just give everyone a resolution so that we can move on from the holiday. This build is great. Thank you for the person who made it. But there are mice everywhere. And the Sims can't stop thinking about the mice. Anyway, let's go get them married. So I'm going to go over here to this little church, and we will see where we go from there. So we are going to come here, and I will have her and her father walk down the aisle. I'm going to call over the club and have everyone doing their thing. Although it's so funny, because I never know what is it. Is it walk down the aisle, walk up the aisle? I don't know which way is which. So Anyway, they're getting married now. They have been waiting a long time for this. I mean, honestly, it was like love at first sight for them. They are such a great couple, and they have been really strong. Hopefully, they continue to be strong. We'll see where things go. But yeah, it's great. And, honestly, like, I hate to say this too, because I was really excited to play with Thomas. I like wanted him to marry Amelia and then have her get like arrested and then have him like replace her with like an evil stepmother to his children and all of that stuff. But like, that would have been fun. But also, like, is it bad for me to say that like I like Mortimer as a sim better than I like Thomas? I don't know if that's like horrible for me to say, but it's kind of true. Is like I feel like Mortimer is a great sim. He's got a lot of drive. Like he is, Thomas was just kind of like entitled and bratty. And while I love playing with sims that, you love to hate, I don't know, Mortimer's just better. I'm terrible. But it's true. So anyway, I'm going to have them try for a baby. We're all set there. They've tried for a baby. Now it's time. Mortimer, we are going to plead for you, my guy. You can do this. I'm going to have him get slain by a vicious killer rabbit. So that's what happened. He was attacked, and the rabbit was hiding under the bed. And here comes Grimm's. Okay, so Diana, you got to be ready for this. You got to be ready to plead. Be like, we just got married. We're newlyweds. Like, come on, you got this. You can plead with Grimm. Grimm is so sick of our family. Anyway, Grimm had taken all of Mortimer's family from him, and we pleaded 3 times, and all 3 times failed. But the 4th time, for Mortimer, it worked. It worked, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy it worked. I was so stressed about what we were going to do. I was so stressed. And so I am just so happy that it worked. And Mortimer is going to be okay. He's going to survive at least another 10 years, depending on wars and stuff, but it's fine. And yes, so he is going to survive. And he, of course, has to like immediately leave for war after their wedding, which is really hard for her. But we are just going to, be with this household. So, hey, Grace, were you talking to Grimm? But yes, so we are going to be here in this house with her family, which is just her father and her sister, because her mother and her 2 brothers did pass away with the sickness. And so that was really hard for her father, too, to not only lose his wife, but lose both of his heirs, his heir and his spare. He lost both of them. So that was really hard for him. And I think that he's very protective over his daughters. And he doesn't really want Diana to go and leave and, move further away. But he recognizes that, this was what was supposed to happen. Like, she's supposed to get married and go off and live her own life. And so at least he still has Grace there with him. Maybe he'll remarry, who knows, but he still has Grace, and it's really very sad that he lost both of his sons. That was a tough one. So yes, we're just going to add Diana Larkin to our family tree. I love that for her. She is so perfect. I mean, honestly, like, I have been in love with Diana since I gave her teenage makeover. I love her so much. So we are going to just add her in here. I'm starting to do like another generation in the family tree. I haven't really paid a lot of attention to the family tree over there in a while. I mean, we have the family tree here, so I don't know how worth it is to have that spreadsheet in the spreadsheet. Anyway, so I'm sure it's fine. So there is Diana's family. We're going to add in to the tree as well. So we have her mother who passed away, her sister who is still alive, who we just gave a makeover to. And we are going to also add in her 2 brothers, her older brother and her younger brother. So Pedro had passed away. And let's just come quickly over here. I couldn't really remember all their names. So, but yes, so here we are in the household, just adding in the last 2, trying to get everyone doing, taking care of themselves in the background. There's really not a ton of stuff going on in this year. Again, we are just kind of dealing with the fact that Mortimer is away at war, while Diana is here and pregnant all by herself, and, doing her best to adjust to all of the changes, because it hasn't been that many years since 3 of her family members died either. Like, she has been going through a lot lately, just like everyone else has. Like, she is not the only one who has been suffering. So there is that. And she's just going to have a talk with her dad, because she's noticed that he's kind of feeling down about her leaving the nest and all of that. So they're just talking with each other, and he's just like, you know, you can always come home. Like, we, you know, we'll always be a family. And she's like, of course we are. And, you know, she loves her family very much. And her father's a bit of a snob, and he gave Mortimer a little bit of a hard time before, but I think he recognizes that Mortimer is going to do everything in his power to take very good care of Diana. So I don't think he's worried at all that Mortimer will make sure to take care of his daughter. So there's that, and then I'm just going to get everyone doing their thing. For some reason, there are chairs here, but there are not chairs here. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, so I'm just doing some of the truly accomplished aspiration because, you know, she's the wife of a knight, and she wants to make sure that she is accomplished. Obviously, she kind of would have already been. Oh, she just got the eating for 2 notification, and for some reason, Mortimer is in the neighborhood, so she's going to go and find him to tell him. But let's just say she, like, wrote a letter to Mortimer and was like, you know, I just found out that I'm pregnant. I'm looking forward to your return. I hope you return before the baby is born and all that stuff. So she's going to come home and go to sleep. And, you know, obviously we see that Dad is feeling kind of sad. But everyone is doing pretty good here. Grace is doing good as well. I can't do the laundry for some reason, but whatever. And yeah, so they're all just doing their best, and you know, trying to find a new normal, and it's constantly changing anyways. And so we are going to just queue up all of that stuff. For some reason, they're not really doing what I'm queuing them up to do. It's a little odd, but that's okay. We'll just figure that out later. So here we are, and we're just going to send Grace to school. And then I was thinking that we should like go out. Like, we shouldn't just stay in the house all day. So you know, there's still events happening. Even though people are away at war, that doesn't mean the party stops. So thank you, Mortimer survived. I'm so grateful that he survived. But yes, we have Diana here, who we're gonna call over the club. And she actually doesn't know. I mean, obviously she would know these people, but you know, because we haven't played with her before, she doesn't really know a lot of the Sims. So I think it would be nice for her to introduce herself to some of the Sims and see how it goes. And so it's funny because she doesn't really like Isabel, but she meets Thora, who of course is the Duchess, and they have a good impression of each other. And then she meets Rowena, who is the Countess, and they have a good impression of each other. And I'm like, you know what? You are perfect for Mortimer, because that is going to work so well. I love that for them. So that is really exciting. And yeah, she's just making some friends, just hanging out, talking with everybody, trying to, you know, be an actual lady of society now that she's married. You know, it's a totally different group, right? Oh, she's got to go throw up in the bushes. But yeah, like, it's a totally different group. It's way different to hang out with the unmarried ladies and versus like dealing with, you know, all of the married crowd. So she is definitely trying to get a little more in with the crowd of married women and seeing how they feel. She actually, so it was those two, but now that she's introducing herself to like everybody else too, they actually all are very friendly with each other. There's not that many people that Diana doesn't like. So I think it's interesting that Isabel was one of them, but there's not that many people that Diana has a bad impression of. So, or of the ladies, of course. She hasn't actually really talked with the guys. So there is that. But yeah, it's great. So she's just sitting around, she's socializing, she's talking, she's hanging out, she's having a good time, and I'm glad that she's having a good time. So there is all of that. And we are going to just, apparently I'll watch her dance. I feel bad for the Graves family. I might bring the Graves family in again later. I feel bad that they didn't get their fair shake. So I might bring them back later. Like, we'll pretend that we didn't actually have them in our game and see what we go from there. But anyway, moving on. We are going to head home again, so that's really great. And I hope that they all are having a good time. So she's doing really great. She's had a lot of morning sickness, but you know, the pregnancy has not been easy on her, but she's doing her best. And we are just going to continue to keep her going. It is almost the last day of the year. Like, everyone's going to bed. Everyone's feeling good. You know, she spent a lot of time with her family, and I think that she really likes that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it's tough to be pregnant and be all alone and her husband's not here, and she just, you know, it's tough, and I feel bad for her, but I am also really excited for her future. So I am so glad that Mortimer survived. You have no idea at all. So I am really happy about that. So they keep getting woken up by the mice. Anyway, everyone's hungry too, so let's just get something to eat, and then, you know, we're going to wrap up soon. We are not going to have, I mean, I guess this video isn't exactly short, but it feels like it went by quickly because, you know, we don't have a ton of story this year because Mortimer's away at war, and, you know, we're planning on moving soon, so I didn't want to really start anything with anybody here. It is nice that she has gotten to know some of the noble ladies. I might make like a nobility club for them in the future, so we'll see where that goes. But anyway, so let's just have her play the piano a little more, and then we will head out. We'll get some pictures of all of the other Sims that have aged up. Oh, Mortimer. So this, I'm going to say that's like Mortimer is writing her a lot of letters and, like, you know, really keeping in contact. He's asking her about the pregnancy, how's she doing, all this stuff. And she, you know, they're trying very hard to be good. So I think that it's going to be a good time. Anyway, so that is where we're going to wrap up. We do have some Sims doing pretty well here, and, you know, looking good, getting older. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. I know that it was kind of different than we usually do, but I'm so glad that Mortimer survived. I am so, so glad, and I think that next year is going to be awesome. We're going to introduce some new Sims, some new builds. I think I'll just move them to Newcrest because it's empty, but we're going to say that it's like London or something. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to try to incorporate a little bit more history in as well. Let me see, what did I write down for 1488? Was it 1488? Nothing really. Yeah, it's not until 1489 that things are continuing to happen. I mean, I think we have, yeah, Prince Arthur was born. So anyway, yeah, let's do it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.